let's just jump straight back in. So we have got these 5 cells here. You can see the Arcane University here. Obviously, the it's nowhere near done. So, yeah, we've got these 5 cells here. A little bit of the waterfront district will be getting in, but it's just mainly these 5 cells. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue going up there and around, because I've already done around the Arcane University. If I bring our map over, I don't mind showing this off, you can see just here there is that's the claim. Anything in these black borders here is the claim that I'm currently working on. And we have got these 5 cells left to do, and then there is all of this stuff to do at a later date. And you can see other people are working their way through the last few remaining Heartlands claims. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is trying to finish off this Heartlands claim, and then if we've got time, we'll move into, I don't know, either QA or something similar to that, because there is a bunch of stuff that needs checking over and all of that good stuff like usual. But I haven't had time, and as the first pass of the exterior world space in terms of Navmesh is okay, that's a gap and a half. That's a gap and a half already. Right. That's fine. I can fix that. That's not a problem. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to do today, is we'll see how far we get with normal nav meshing, and then we might switch over to doing some QA a bit later on. QA usually goes pretty fast. I can usually do a couple of claims in a day. So yeah, but obviously it depends on the claim, because I can't do 2 claims next to each other, because I've got to wait for all of the fixes to go in place first before we can do the claim next to it. So yeah, that's currently my plan, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then obviously I do want to continue. Okay, what the hell's going here? Right there. Give me a second, guys. My dashboard just went poofed. Okay. But yeah, I do want to continue on with what we've been doing as well, in terms of playtesting Skyblivion as well. A lot of critter markers up here. You can always tell when Kyle's been in an area, because there is a lot of critter markers always about. Train is quite rough here. Not like it's not being smoothed out. My hands still don't feel quite right. I'm sure I've damaged something in my hand. because every time I get into the CK recently, like this part of my hand hurt just here. And I'm pretty sure I've done something recently. Because, yeah, I don't tend to jump into the CK too much at the moment. The last time I did any Navmeshing was Goblin Jim's Cave. So it's not like I've been doing any Navmeshing recently to make it worse. It's just every time I just get, I don't know, like a painful, not painful, but not right. It's not right. Think you need. Hey, how's it going, Matthew? Nah, I think I'm good for a while. I mean, I do have a few big, quote-unquote, areas on my list that I want to Navmesh. But I'm good on those for a little while at the moment. Just a little bit good. I don't think we could go any further this way on this one, can we? No. Okay. Or could we? Is this the... No, it isn't. Okay. That's fine. But no, I'm good on stuff like that, I think, for a while. That's a definitely a once in every little while kind of one, I think, Matthew. Yeah, I saw last night. It's looking really really good, to be honest. I mean, I've still got Miss Karkand on my list, so that's gonna be a fun one, and then a latter. But obviously, yeah, some are not as important as the others. But as I started on this Heartlands claim a while back now, so I thought I'd better prioritize that and get this finished first before I do any more interior work. Echo Cave does seem very a lot more open comparatively to Goblin Jim's Cave, though. So it's just the tight tight spaces where you can't get your camera, the camera for the CK in. That's the thing that annoys the fuck out of me. I don't get how you guys can come up with some of those areas because they... Oh, no. They must be somewhat frustrating to build it in a way. How do you determine which rocks and which ones to avoid? This is gonna sound quite like a fob, like get out of jail free answer, but experience. Experience with the assets that we've got, but typically if you were to spawn in an NPC, you don't usually navmesh above their like knee height. So if they can't get onto something, then you don't navmesh it essentially. If they can't get onto a ledge or something like that without jumping, then yeah, we don't navmesh it. Yeah, so like this is the a problem with some of the landscape where it's not being smoothed out correctly. So the easiest way to do it would be to just like smooth it slightly out, just so that you can get round certain areas, because those areas in game look real dumb where you've just got a random spike. So typically if you were to leave that, then yeah, an NPC would get stuck on that spike, and it just looks awkward in game when an NPC gets stuck on train that they should be able to walk up and down. But yeah, NPCs are essentially real dumb. So definitely heavily reliant on you. They're 100% trusting of what kind of navmesh you put down, essentially, because they don't care. Like, they will follow it to a T. If you put a navmesh with a jump link going off the top of a cliff, they will happily jump off that because they don't know how far down that jump it actually is. So yeah. NPCs are dumb. Yeah, all of Skyrim, and pretty much all of their games are auto-generated. From what I obviously don't know the full ins and out of how they do stuff, but from what I have gathered and understand, and just by the look of the their navmesh, it's pretty much all auto-generated and very, very loosely, shall we say, tied it up. But that's just my understanding from what I've heard through various people and stuff like that. But yeah, Bethesda wouldn't go through and do essentially what we're doing. They would 100% generate it and then clean it up a little bit at minimum. Where there again with something like Starfield, they 100% auto-generated the entire thing, and they just had to rely that the auto-generation was accurate and worked because it's all procedurally generated. So in that instance, there's not a lot much you can do cleanup wise. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And to be honest, we would have probably auto-generated a lot of our nav mesh as well, but we never set up the assets for auto-generation because there is a way to set up various assets and stuff in the CK to be able to auto-generate terrain more and auto-generate the nav mesh more accurately. But we never ever set it up because it was a feature that we didn't really know about at the time when we started doing what we're doing. If we could go back now and set up all the assets for auto generation, then we probably would. I'm not gonna lie, because it would save a little bit of time. That's why, for example, even though Fallout 4's the Fallout 4 engine is still exactly the same as pretty much Skyrim Special Edition, the Navmesh generation system for Fallout is a lot better just because the assets were set up for Navmesh generation. Which is why projects like let's say Fallout London, for example, they were able to get their game out in a reasonably quick time frame, just because of stuff like that, where they probably set up their assets for Navmesh generation. Hey Graham, how you doing? So there was two things that needed fixing. Where were they? I think it was this gap here. Yeah. No. No. We have nothing. It is all figure out as you go, unfortunately. Yeah, figure out as you go, and we have a absolute psychopath of a build manager, so we get a lot of his data, our data through him. So yeah, right, let's fix this gap. But yeah, definitely Robert. If we didn't have Robert, I think we would be in trouble. Let's say that. I do modding for a different game and we rely on. Yeah, that is exactly how we are pretty much as well. Very much community guided. Community made documentation for the CK. Like, to the point where a lot of our departments in particular have made their own sort of modding guides, so to speak. Like, I know for Navmesh in particular, we have a guide that I wrote on best practices, what to do, what not to do, that kind of thing for Navmesh related stuff. So yeah. And then I'm pretty sure once Skyblivion's finished, we'll I will share the Navmesh guide that I made for us. Probably. You know what? I haven't had a look at the Red Engine documentation, to be honest. It's so fucking warm in here, wasn't it? Okay. I just turn the heating down. I'm just like, holy shit, it's warm in here. Yeah, when the Skyrim TK was new, there was a lot of tutorials that Bethesda released on YouTube, but they just haven't updated them. They're good for a, like, here's the basics, but they don't go beyond that anymore. Like a lot of the camera controls and stuff are still the same now as they were back then. But beyond that, those videos are quite outdated at this point. Hey Esper, how's it going? Esper. Not too bad. Good, good, good. That's what we like to hear. Why it is... fine, whatever. That's what we like to hear for sure. But yeah, it'd definitely be nice for Bethesda to, you know, make some more up-to-date videos, but I think they like heavily rely on like community to figure it out and then yeah, go from there. I'm pretty sure these days, which in a way is not particularly a bad thing. Gives people like Robert, as I mentioned earlier, something to do, I guess. Because if there's anything that you need to know about the creation kit, Robert will 100% figure it out. God, I don't. As much as I like to give Bethesda a bit of stick for the Creation Club, the iteration of creations this time around is a lot better. But I don't think they would make a Creation Club tutorial for the CK. Even I don't think they'll do that. Okay, that's way too steep. What the hell? Oh. Where the hell did I just end up? Yeah, I know you jest. It's just funny. I think that's as high as we can go steepness-wise. I don't think they would really risk the outrage at that, to be honest, either. I can imagine people being pretty pissed if they did that. Hey, how's it going, Fluffy Bags? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Plodding along as always. Definitely feel a lot better than I did on the last stream, that's for sure. I watched some of the last stream back, and I was a little out of it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make that a path block as well. Oh. there's literally no crunch. That is definitely not something that we're doing. But the I would say the final push, it's going well. Especially in terms of Navmesh, it's going really well. But definitely less busy than what you would actually think. Like, to put it in perspective for Navmesh, we've got less than 200 exterior cells left for the first pass, I guess is the best way of putting it. Like, as a first pass, we've got less than 200 cells, and then the final QA pass, we're down to about 50% to check. So that's just Navmesh though. That's not the anything else. Just saying, just making sure I say that, because that will get thrown out to of proportions if I don't add that asterisk on the end. That's getting clear. Yeah, exactly. I love about Skyblivion over to remaster. The characters don't look like. I'm not gonna lie. I love Bethesda, and I love what they've done with the remaster. But yeah, the characters are let's say a bit interesting. Let's just say interesting. It's the eyes. I think honestly it's the eyes that get me a bit. There's a lot of gaps and stuff around here. Very hilly and unfinished in a way. I said we can just smooth out some areas a little bit. Without altering it too much. Anyway. That's fine, 'cause that's a rock pool. He can't get down there anyway, so that's fine as well. The thing, Yeah, the goal as it stands still hasn't changed, so. Right, this has got to be careful because this is the Imperial City just here. So I've got to be a bit careful with the wall. Because yeah, the wall is right there. So we don't need to Navmesh up there, which is nice. There'll be two. This will be more. It's always easier. As I said, we're like, we want this to be the best game as it possibly can. So there will be There will be updates post-release. We're not just gonna ship Skyblivion and then run a fucking way, you know? Oh dear. Have you heard about any mentions of we're not really changing too much with vanilla combat, I don't think, if anything. I'm gonna put an asterisk by that combat mods should work with Skyblivion. But obviously until you test it out, who the fuck knows? Like, we're not going out of our way to make sure that combat work mods or any mod for that instance works with Skyblivion. Oh, there is. I want to say like over 100 Easter eggs in Skyblivion. Like, there's quite a few. I can think of at least. Let's have a think about it. I think of at least 30 off the top of my head. And a rough idea of where they are. But I don't think even us know every single Easter egg's location. Because I don't. Yeah, it's a lot of Easter eggs like that are of similar genres, so to speak. I think is the best way of throwing that out there. Right, we just got these 3 cells next to the... Okay, I think I need to reload it just here so I can get the wall in. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to have an issue. There we go. And as you can see, like, the walls are not 100% finalized either. So... and they have got like gaps in and various other various other issues with certain things, so they're definitely not the final walls. And also that bug that we experienced when playtesting a few weeks ago that sent us to the Imperial City jails instead of the local county jails is just because the system's still got to be fully set up. So it's not really a bug, it's just because the system's not fully implemented yet, shall we say. But yeah, I've seen, going back to the question about Easter eggs. I've seen quite a few, from Lord of the Rings to um, Pirates of the Caribbean to uh, I think there's even a Kingdom Come Deliverance Easter egg somewhere from memory. So there's quite a few little little nods, shall we say, to various games. You can't get up on those slopes, so that's fine. Yeah. It's not like we've gone out of our way to, let's example, like make a model specifically for an Easter egg. It's just a best way of putting it. We have made, I don't know, we've placed something in a certain way that you kind of get the idea of what it is without us actually saying what it is. So we haven't gone out our way and like actually made like dedicated models or anything for it, because that is a bit too copyrighty. That's far down as we're going to go that way. So yeah. It's very much subtle nods. Yeah. There's definitely there's definitely nothing from Nintendo games. That's for sure. God. I won't tell you where, but for example, all we've done is put a, haven't renamed it, but for example, placing a golden ring at the bottom of a lake. Shit like that. Like there's nothing that we've related to it, but you get the idea of, oh, that's an Easter egg from Lord of the Rings kind of thing. That sort of thing, as an example. got a bit of this dock area to do by the looks of it on this cell. And your point being? No, we're not. No, we're not. If I'm wasting my time making this game, then you're definitely watching my time, wasting your time watching me. That's for sure. No one invited you here, Glitz. Go away. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I'd definitely go at that. Like, if you see the differences between the remaster and Skyblivion, it's the differences are quite large. So Yeah, this is where we roughly are. We're right next to the waterfront at the moment. Obviously, it's only the outside, and the walls are, as I showed earlier, they're not finished. So the walls are definitely not finished by any stretch of the imagination. Thanks for the 13 months, Glitz. Hell yeah. But yeah, the walls have definitely got issues. They've got like UV in issues, and obviously they've got gaps in. So like quite big gaps. So yeah, they're definitely not in a finished state, shall we say. I'm a 14-year-old game with hardly a player base anymore. Most have moved on for this point. People mostly play games like Live now, Samuel, which didn't last long. You know, Skyrim has at least 50,000 people playing on a daily basis across like Legacies, Special Edition, Anniversary, and console, right? Which is more than what you can say for most RPGs. Yeah, I can't wait to play Elder Scrolls 6. Sorry, guys. Right. I'm very close to the waterfront now. So in this claim that I'm currently working on, we've only got these 2 cells left. These ones we can't do for a while, to be honest. Because we're waiting for the wall assets, the bridge, and a few tweaks to the waterfront. So they're going to be put on hold for a while. And then these ones are being finished. So yeah. Definitely finishing this claim. What I do afterwards is still a bit up in the air, but yeah. And you can definitely tell this area needs more work anyway because of this shit. Sorry, guys. Just zoning out for a bit while I get this bit done quickly. Right. Oh. Yeah, Skyrim never gets old for me either, honestly. Like, I wish I had time for another playthrough of Skyrim, but I just don't, unfortunately. Not right now. Maybe once Skyblivion's released, then yeah. Maybe then I'll get time for another Skyrim playthrough. Definitely on my list. But there again, I've got so many other games that I want to play and finish. Like, for example, I really want to finish Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I'm planning on playing tonight. So, yeah, we'll see. Do you think it's possible to get it done this year? I think anything's possible. I think we have a possibility of... Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anything's possible. Yes, this is Navmeshing. It's all good. Oh god, more Lego, fuck's sake. Yeah, that's how I am. I have got a where is it? It's no, that's just that one. Where there? That's part of it. I have it somewhere on a disc. I have my like Skyrim modded playthrough somewhere on my hard drive. And I just need to go back and finish it. We started playing it just as I was like literally a few months before I joined Skyblivion. We started playing that modded playthrough of Skyrim, and then yeah, I joined Skyblivion and never finished it. Because Skyblivion then took up pretty much all of my time that I had to game. I think this beach is slightly too steep to get on, so we'll just go along the shoreline for it. Yeah, I did play modded. I started playing modded Oblivion through as well, yeah. But then again, it's one of those things, it's like other things took priority. Yeah. I keep up to date with all of the modded stuff. All of the new mods and stuff like that. I meant to say not modded stuff. I meant to say new mods and stuff like that. There's definitely a lot that I would want to add for sure. I also want to finish up my, to much people's dismay, I want to finish up my my Starfield playthrough as well. Because I still don't think it's a bad game, but heyo. I'm happy to live with the minority on that.
At the end of the day, the sun slowly sinks in its nocturnal grave. You're leaving our world, rising up high to the paths eternal.
Yeah, Lordbound looks interesting, that's for sure.
And we stay behind, alone in the dark. Our lives will be lacking the glow of your spark. This is where your path ends and where it begins. In the golden twilight, the release of all strings. You're leaving our world, rising up high to the paths eternal, to the stars in the sky. Now blessed you be till the end of all things. No more toil of life, no more weight on your wings.
Alright, have we got all the triangles? Yep. E, G. And what we do...
Infinite wonders will embellish your way. You're leaving our world, rising up high to the paths eternal, to the stars in the sky. When Marthas calls out, we will hearken with glee and follow your path to eternity.
Right, now we can finish the these few areas. Right, no Navmesh up there is required. Which is very nice. Very nice indeed. I don't think this door's going to stay here either. I'm just going to nav mesh it to the edge of the of where the path ends, and then I can adjust it after the level designers have finished this area. Right, how we doing? Sorry, just making sure everything's good. And we'll do one more cell, this last cell here, and then we should be... That's very rocky down here. Make sure there's no gaps. There we go. Right, we should be able to swim over the majority of these rocks, apart from that one. We would have to go around this a bit, but everything else should be good. Okay, sorry about that. And then we'll jump in game and we'll check out this area. I haven't done any of the cover for this, so let me go ahead and do that quickly. I knew there was something that I was forgetting. Okay, that should be done. Right, just this cell left of Heartlands Claim 14. Which, as I said, should go pretty quick, just because it's mostly water. This is God of War. This is God of War, I think 1 actually. Yeah, this is God of War 1. Like the original God of War. Okay, it just ended. That's where I disagree, because I prefer the new God of War games over the old ones, because I prefer the like RPG-esque games. So I think that's just a personal preference kind of deal. Yeah. Those fucking Valkyries out of fucking the new God of War, though. Fuck, they were difficult. Holy shit, they were difficult. But there again, as you probably knew as well, I am a huge sucker for anything to do with Norse mythology. As you probably can tell from this screen as well. Like, there's a lot of Norse mythology stuff, like the text, the symbols in the corners. There's a lot of stuff like that. So it's probably a bit skewed because of that as well. Ah, nice. I think it's just what you grow up with a bit more. That you sort of linger onto. Like, if they did another God of War in, I don't know, Egypt, for example, I'd so be there just because I love, like, anything to do with Egypt and stuff like that. So, definitely, like, one of those things. Because obviously they're finished with the Norse pantheon, I guess, is the best way of putting it. After what happened at Ragnarok. So it'd be interesting to see if they do another God of War, and if they do another God of War, where they would go with it. New God War and that trap of every game needing to have an open world during the pacing. Hey, we'll switch. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Hope you enjoy your stay here. I get where you're coming from. I do understand that. I just think they did it at a perfect time to switch over to that, like, format. Because, like, yeah. I don't know. I just think it was like perfectly done. I do understand what you're saying. It's just I don't agree with some of that. That's your rant for the day. That's all good. Alright. Now some of this I don't want to floor, some of it I do. Reminds me. Yeah. I can see that in a way. Now I just got to be careful with how certain things are done here. I don't want to talk about it really, but yeah, he no longer is on the Skyblivion team because as he posted that, he actually left. So yes, he is. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I've spoke to him since, so yeah. Other things for sure. I'm sure you'll find out what he's up to these days sooner rather than later, honestly. But he is doing other stuff, so not for Skyblivion. Right, that's the last that's the last cell out of this claim done. Oh yeah. I guess we'll jump on in game and take it out. Take it out, check it out. Let me mark this as done now. Right. Let's save it. I don't think there's anything else that I need to fix or sort, so this is the claim in full, by the way, guys, if you were curious. This is the actual full claim. Just there. So it wasn't too much of a big claim. It was just a lot of hilly areas, shall we say. Right, let me save this, save it to my backup drive. One tick. This is 11, 10, 20, 25. Move it to the old folder because I don't need it anymore. Let me get this on the merge sheet to make Robert happy. Crafty Tom. And this is 15 cells. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right. Let's jump on in game. Let me stop the music. Pause. And yeah, let's take a look. See in game. So we are going to spawn in. Let's say 10 9. 10 9, guys. 10 9. Oh shit, I didn't disable tree trimmer. Fuck. And I've just spilt tea all over my fucking desk. Great. What's it? Ugh. At least it wasn't on the keyboard. At least it wasn't on the keyboard or the mouse. So, yeah. Oh dear. I just whacked it off the bottom of my monitor. I've got a slightly wet mouse mat now. Oh. Right. Let me disable tree trimmer. There we go. There we go. All right, let's round 2 this, shall we? Round 2. Don't spill tea. What did I say? 9 10? I think I said 9 10. I'm pretty sure I said 9 10. And yes, from the feedback in the community, you can still move the loading screens, okay? You can still fucking move them. Robert, Right, so this is all the bits that we did. Oh. I've just realised what I did. It was HL14, wasn't it? Yeah. I removed the plugin out the folder before it could be loaded. Whoops, there we go. I forgot to load it. Whoops. Oh well. 9, 10. Right, that's okay. So we're up at the Arcane University, and yeah, we should be able to see the Navmesh now, yeah. Oh, yes, we can see the Navmesh now. Right, so this is the Arcane University wall. I think this is still the Oblivion model. So the model will get updated at some point. And we'll just work our way around the area that we've just finished. There's the waterfront down there. Still, obviously, all of this, I'm just going to say, it's still a work in progress. So, yeah. I know a rough date, but I'm not going to say. Oh, I'm not going to say. So this is what we updated as well down here. We just nav meshed all of this all the way around. I don't think you can get up here, so you should be able to pretty much get stuck. Yeah, there. Definitely much just do a Skyrim up here. But yeah, you can see the Imperial cities of the walls of the Imperial City have got a few issues. You can definitely see that. Again, it's the UV, the holes. There's just various, you know, small issues with them. And there's the waterfront that we have been slightly working on today. It's just a bit weird that there's a door here. I think that goes to one of the warehouses or something. I don't know. Just a little bit strange. Well, that needs changing a little bit. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of time. This area is still, like, definitely work in progress. So just take what you see with a grain of salt, I guess. There is one area that I want to check. I don't know what it's called. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what it's called. But yeah, we nav meshed all of this area. I think this is. Oh no, we can get up and down here. Oh, no, no, we can't. Okay. I was like, hang on, we can get up here, but it's, yeah, a bit blocked. Seeking your roots. Ask the alchemist about the strange root. So yeah, that's basically the area that we've worked on today. Just done a quick walk around of it. Just trying to think if there's anything what to do next. Yeah, exactly. Let's. I'm just debating on if there's anything Navmesh related that I need to do immediately. Flip a coin. I'm not Kyle, okay? We don't do coin tosses around here. Sorry. Toin costs. Sorry. Let me get it right. I can never remember, but one yeah. I can't remember what it is anyway, to be honest. Distant objects look kind of blurry. Can that be turned off? What, the, like, distant objects be turned off? I think it's just the fog. I think it's just the fog effect. I think it's just the weather. Set. Fog. Maybe. I don't know if it is the fog or the weather. I'm not sure. Like, without fog, it looks fucking weird. It looks super weird to me without the without fog. It just looks super strange. Yeah. It just looks... Yeah, I don't know. But the weather's part of the game. It'll automatically re-enable itself. So if you want to mod it out, go for it. But we've put a lot of care into our weathers. So... That's as clear as it's going to be, I think, the weather. The weathers are still being tweaked, so yeah. Yeah. We're still waiting for Dan to merge the finalized weathers. They're not fully finalized, but yeah, we're just waiting on that as well. So this weather might not be fully finalized, and we're working on a way. Oh, that's my bad. Working on a way for the LOD to look better as well. So, like, the LOD is pretty good as it is. Like, Robert's done a lot of work to make the LOD not pop as much. Because it used to pop really bad, but now it doesn't. Like, these trees shouldn't pop as badly. But, yeah. There'll be a mod for everything soon enough? Yeah. Pretty much.
Is the baby gonna cry?
I think you're the one who's gonna cry, ma'am. And you can see just from here, the Imperial City LOD isn't in because the model for the Imperial City is not in properly. So, yeah. Looks a bit strange without the Imperial City there, I'm not gonna lie. Right. Let's see if there is... The hell is that? Oh, that's a ship. That's a ship mast. I was like, what the hell was those colours up there? But it's part of the ship, I think.
What's that?
I remember the stream of that bridge being made. I think that might have been a bit before my time, to be honest. A little bit before my time. But hey, definitely be cool finally walking around areas I've seen the streams. Yeah, that's how I felt. When I initially started started watching Skyblivion development, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then when I joined the team, literally the first 5 hours was just walking around the map like, oh my god, this is cool. This is cool. Oh my god, that's cool. This is cool. That's cool. And yeah. So it would definitely be one of those things for sure. Thanks for the drink, Xander. How's it going? Right there. One sec. Right, let's figure out what we can do. I've got a little bit of time. Let me just update the counters quickly. So that is 801. 811. 9. 6. Right, sorry guys, I'm just seeing. They're good. They're good. We just finished off a we just finished off the cell around here. So like if we turn on Navmesh mode, all of that Navmesh is what we just put in place. Was pretty much all of this around the Arcane University and around the the southern side up to this point. This is where we, as far as we got, because it's outside of the claim, and the waterfront just here is still being tweaked level design wise. So we're just, this is as far as I can go with it. So yeah, I'm just seeing if there's any playtesting stuff we can do. I want there to be it to be a side quest. Let's see. Maybe we should go get a better weapon or something. Maybe. But we should not. I think it's down here, isn't it, somewhere? Yeah, if we go south, have a little walk down south. I don't have time to do a big, another big interior at the moment. I've got 3 on my list, 2 on my list that's quite big, which is Nenolata and Miss Karkand. If I've got time tomorrow, I'm gonna try and stream Miss Karkand, potentially. But I've got a few things on tomorrow, so I might not have time. So we're going into an area that we desperately need a second pass on the Navmesh on. Let me turn it down before I switch it on. I don't think it's this area too much. But there's certain areas around here where the Navmesh, yeah, is not the best, and it needs tweaking. So that's currently what we're transitioning into is a lot of Navmesh QA for exterior world spaces. It just needs tidying up a little bit, like. I think this bit's okay. Like these long triangles, like just here, they could, like that vertice there should be around there. It just helps with the pathfinding, so it just needs tidying up. And for example here, you can walk over these rocks, but there's a massive gap in the Navmesh, and yeah, so. I said there's a lot of it that just needs tidying up and tweaking. So for exterior world space Navmesh, we're pretty much at the point that there's a lot of this kind of stuff that needs tidying up. So yeah. I love the sunsets in Skyblivion. They're so good. Oh, there's a rat! I hear another one. Oh! Jeremy's fighting a rat. Hello, Jeremy. Seems the Heartlands quest, is it? Oh. Interesting. Oh, there's a rat over here. Is a Jeremy here because someone forgot to fucking remove him? Let's remove him ourselves, shall we?
Victory is yours. I submit.
Do you like his name, by the way? Delete me, you criminal scum. That's his actual name now. Oh dear. Because we have our own Skyblivion version of Jeremy now. So yeah. I'll have to walk around the Westfield a bit more because bears are mainly there from memory.
Oh, what am I to do? They're gone. All gone. Can you help me find my lost jumbo potatoes?
Jumbo potatoes?
Please, you must help me find them. If I don't have them for the next batch of my famous potato bread, I don't know what I'll do. How stupid I was to leave them outside all alone like that. All I wanted to do was give them some sun. Next thing I knew, they were gone. I saw someone running off to the west, but I'm too frightened to journey into the woods alone. Please, can you help me? I'll pay you well, I swear. I can tell you have... My potatoes are like my children. I care for and nurture each one individually. That way, they grow up to be big and strong.
This quest always.
Be careful. That brute was absolutely huge.
Oh, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was. What gloves am I wearing? They're just. This is the. Let me get in front of the light. This is the fine steel armor. So, like our default character, is this character, and he has the default steel armor on already. So, yeah, looks very fine. Indeed, it does. Indeed, it does. Actually. Yeah. Do this one as well. We don't show off this one very often, so... 0702. Yo, looks sick. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Jumbo potatoes! And ogre teeth that haven't got a texture. Amazing. I know Kyle showed it off a few times, Goldbrand, but... Sound effects are nice touch? Yeah. They're not too bad. Not too bad at all. But it's been probably 2 years since we've shown off Goldbrand, to be honest. It's been a long time. Because all of our streams, they usually default to Umbra, so...
Did you? You have them. You have them. I can sense they're with you. Oh my goodness, you found them. Oh, I could kiss you. As promised, I owe you a reward for your efforts. I present you with my first batch of famous potato bread, more valuable than gold. Enjoy.
More valuable than gold.
Safe journey.
More valuable than gold, eh? It's 30 gold, that's it. And you only gave me one of them?
To you.
Wow. 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 Is it taken from the Bud Skull Blade effect? I have no idea, honestly. Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, technically, yeah, you are right. It is more valuable than one